Yo yo, Evo in the house. So, skill build. This is the skill build. Um, a build that has skill and skill in a build. Skill build. So, there's only one skill build I would ever use, and I'll show you why. But I've seen a lot of different skill builds. There's only one I would ever use, and it is the rigger set. The rigger set with the waveform. I definitely use the waveform. Uh, you could use other things like the BTS globes, and there's other things you could use. But for me, I would use the waveform. Definitely worth getting if you haven't got it. Um, so waveform and a rigger set with the backpack and the chest. Interacting with your deployed skills grants the skill 25% skill damage for 10 seconds, and with the chest it goes to 50%. 50% extra damage on your skills when you're interacting with them. All you need to do is change the target. Just constantly select a target, like on your turret with the L1 button or the R1 button on your drone. Just constantly using the buttons to select targets, and you're going to get 50% extra skill damage for 10 seconds. So yeah, it can't be refreshed, but it's every 10 seconds you're going to get 50%. So so yeah, that is. Yeah, I would definitely use the rigger set for that, but it is the backpack. The backpack is the only reason why I would choose this build over any other build. The backpack, cancelling your skills will reset the cooldown. That alone is why I would never consider another skill build. So, never. I've already got one skill tier on the engineer, the technician. I'm using the technician, so I've got an extra skill tier, which means I can have one skill missing from the build, and I've got extra weapon damage. I'm putting crit chance on pretty much everything, so I'm also doing a lot of damage anyway. But I've got skill damage, skill damage. I'm also using crit chance on both these. Skill damage, crit chance. So I'm doing a lot of crit chance as well. So crit chance is at 54, which is really good for a skill build. So yeah, that is why I would use just this setup. I can make it. I'm using the caretaker, and it's got perfect killer because I've got a crit chance build as well. So if I'm running around, like just running around, I can use this. Perfect killer is going to do really a lot of damage. If I'm holding base, putting my turret down and sending my drone out, and I'm in cover, all I need to do is use capacitor. The capacitor, all I need to do is hit targets, and it's going to boost my skills. I will put some footage at the end. But the rigger set, because of the backpack, is I would never consider another skill build. Alright, put my turret out there. I'm not happy with it just there. Cancel it. Put it there instead. Right, it's finished its job. Send it over there instead. Like, throwing out. Cancel both. Put them straight back up. Now, honestly, I would never use any of the setup. Just because you're never without your skills. And the capacitor to boost the skills as well. Put it on. reset them both. Reset. Okay, they're all elite. So point it out, send the drone out, select the target, select the target. I mean, they're cleaning up. But yeah, I would never use any other build because you're never without your skills. So yeah, I would only use this. So um, definitely use the capacitor because that is so helpful for this build. Killer, if you haven't got the caretaker, you could use anything with killer. You could use anything with killer. Just make sure I'm using the laser pointer as well. You could link laser pointer, which is good. So it's pulsing everything anyway. But you could also use something like I'm using the carbine. I've got the carbine with flatline, so you could do that instead. Have a gun with a flatline on it, 15% damage to pulsed enemies, with the laser sight on it as well for the technician. It's pulsing everything, so you could do that setup. For me, because I've concentrated on crit chance on this build, and the caretaker, the caretaker with that perfect killer, 90% crit damage. It's just yeah, that's what I would do. But you could also do the other thing with the laser sight, but definitely capacitor. So this is the build. I'm going to put some footage of it as well on at the end. And the rigger set, you could have the mask instead and have different. You could. It doesn't matter which way around you do with it. I would just say that you need the backpack and the chest. Because the chest is just extra boost, 25% to 50%. That's a lot. And the backpack is, that's the start of the show. Cancelling all these skills will reset the cooldown. That's a win-win. That is the only reason I would definitely go rigger over anything. And this is a hard hitting build. This is very hard hitting, especially if you're using the capacitor. So you can use this on legend. This can cope with legendary work. But I mean, I always play on heroic or legendary, but mostly on heroic. But even on legendary, it's more than capable, especially if you're backing it up with the waveform and the capacitor. So that is a skill build. Now there's going to be some footage. So skill build out. Peace.